right, chapter 9 is going to discuss decimals. So today we are going to relate the tenths and decimals. So let's read what they're asking of us. Ty is reading a book about metamorphic rocks. He has read 7/10 of the book. What decimal describes the part of the book Ty has read? There is your question, so repeat it with me, please. The decimal describes the part of the book Ty has read. And what is the number we are using? 7/10 of the book that he has. Now we know that a decimal is a number with one or more digits to the right of the decimal point because we just finished our vocabulary words. You can write tenths and hundredths as fractions or decimals. So look at the first way they're going to do that. They're giving you a model as well as a place value chart. Here is your model and here's your place value chart. We're going to shade 7/10 of the model. So how many of those little rectangles are we going to shade? 7 of them. Doesn't have to be perfect, just needs to be shaded. We know that the model is divided into 10 equal parts, and each part represents 1/10, because there is a total of 10 total, and you're going to shade 7 of those tenths. That's what we were told to do, correct? All right. Now we need to be able to write it and read it. When we write it, it's just going to look like the fraction that we've been doing. When you read it, notice what they wrote. 7/10. Now it's not 7/10, it's 7/10 with a TH in it. That is definitely something different. Tens were in your regular numbers and place value. This is in decimals. Okay? Look over here at your place value chart. 7/10 is the same thing as saying 7/10. So exactly how you read it is how you would write it, correct? Okay, so you see it over here in words, you see it in fractions, and then you see it partially in words with a whole number. So your ones would be here. Do we have any ones? Do we have any wholes? No, we don't. So nothing's going to go there. There's your decimal point. Okay, how many tenths do we have? 7. So we're going to put a 7 in here. Do we have any hundredths? So we're going to leave it. We're not putting anything in there. So how am I going to write this? Decimal form this time. Look over here. What did we talk about? Do we have any holes? So your 0 goes first. And then we're going to have a decimal point. And then what are we going to have? A 7. Okay? So now when we read it, we're going to write it like this again. So I'm going to spell out the word 7. And then we're going to write out the word tenths. Again, please remember that you have a TH in there. 7/10. Now, if you look, you have another way of doing this. They're going to show you how to do it on a number line. So we're going to label the number line with decimals that are equivalent to the fraction. Now, we've done fractions for a long time. We should not have issues with fractions. We're going to then locate the point 7/10. So take a look at this. On the top, they're putting what? The fraction. So you have 0/10, 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, all the way through to 10/10, because 10/10 makes a whole, as we already know. Now look down here on the bottom. What are they listing those in? Those are the decimals. So 0/10 is the same thing as 0.0. 1/10 is 0.1. 2/10 is 0.2. So what am I going to put for 3/10? 0.3. How am I going to write 4/10? Now just remember that you need to be able to say this, 4/10. Okay? You can tell me when you're writing it that it's 0.4, but being able to tell me that it's also 4/10. Okay? What am I writing for 5/10? 0.5. 6/10. Okay, here's the 7/10. So I'm going to write 0.7 for 8/10. 9/10. 0.9. Now we've got to find the 7/10 place, and we're going to put a dot on the number line because we need to locate it. That's what it told us to do. So going from 0 to 1, look where 7/10 falls. Closer to what? 1. Closer to 1 or 10/10. So what name's the same amount as 7/10? Yes, but I'm still going to say 7/10. It is written 0.7. See why it makes it a little bit more difficult to do decimals? Because you're going to say 7/10 the same way you say it in decimals or in a fraction. Okay? We have to know how to write it both ways. So Ty read 7/10 of the book. Notice I didn't say Ty read 0.7 of the book. I know how to say it, so I'm going to make sure I do that. 7/10 of the book. Okay? So the next question down here says, how can you write 1/10 as a fraction? And then you have to explain. So who thinks they know how to write it as a fraction? Bailey, what's it going to look like? So 1/10. Okay. So looking at this, how can I explain what we did? Bailey, can you explain what you did? So the digit 1 is in which place? What do we call that place? Okay, so the digit 1 is in the 10th place. So you're just going to say, so your 1/10 written as a decimal is equal to 1/10 as a fraction. You have to know that your digit 1 is in the 10th place. Because when we have other decimals, it may not always be in that same place. Talk about this little thing down here with the math talk. It says explain how the size of one whole is related to the size of 1/10. Your one whole is this whole thing, right? So that means that it is 10 times what 1/10 is. Correct? And you can look up here. It says the digit 1 is in the 10th place, so 0.1, which is the same thing as a 10th, is equal to 1/10. Does everybody understand the 10 times? Yes? So one whole is 10 times a 10th. Yes? Because we had to do it how many times? 10. Flip your page. See if you can do one here. This time it's going to have a whole number and a fraction. Tara rode her bicycle 1 6/10 miles. What decimal describes how far she rode her bicycle? Now, we've already written a fraction as a decimal. You can also write a mixed number as a decimal. So let's highlight the question it asked us first. Some of you need to make sure you get in this habit. As soon as I stop doing this, what do? Stop doing it. What decimal describes how far she rode her bicycle? What's the amount that we need to be using? 1 6/10. So again, you're going to use a model and a place value chart. Model comes first. What does it tell us to shade? 1 6/10. So what am I going to do to this first one? Shade the whole thing because it's one whole. And then how much of the next one? 6 out of the 10. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just be able to show me that you have one whole and 6 out of the 10 of the last one. So how am I going to write this in a fraction? 1 and the same way you saw it in the problem, right? Okay. You read it as 1 6/10. Let's go over to the decimal portion. We know that 1 6/10 is one whole and 6/10. So we're going to use the ones place to record the wholes, and then our tenths place to put our decimals. So how many ones do we have? One. We have one whole, right? So we're going to put one in this box. You have your decimal point. What are you putting on the other side of it? A 6. Do we have any hundredths? Nope. So you leave it alone. Don't have to mess with it. So how am I writing this in the decimal form? 1.6. And how would I say this? 1 and
16 tenths.
Okay, let's look at what we talked about right over here. You think that we're going to read it the same way, whether it's a fraction or a decimal? Yep, so how do we read it? 1 and 6 tenths. Notice that I'm saying and where? At the decimal point. So you're going to write 1 and 6 tenths.
I said 16 tenths.
There's not 16. Okay, think we can do this on a number line like we did the last one, even if we have holes?
Yeah.
Sure you can. Label the number line with equivalent mixed numbers and their decimals. Then we have to locate the point 1 and 6 tenths, so we will put a dot on that line. So again, what's on the top? The fraction. So they started with 1 and 0 tenths, 1 and 1 tenth, 1 and 2 tenths, 1 and 3 tenths. What are you going to write? 1 and 4 tenths. I want you to finish your fractions on the top, should you need me to do so. Not if you know how to count. So when you get to the end of your number line, you will have 2 and 0 tenths because you went from one whole to the other whole. Yes? All right, let's talk about the decimals then. So if I have 1 and 0 tenths, I'm going to have 1 with 0 tenths in that place. What am I going to put for 1 and 1 tenth? 1.1. What am I going to put for 1 and 2 tenths? 1.2. You're going to fill in the last ones all the way to the end. Follow along with the fraction that you see on the top also. And where am I going to put my dot on the number line? 1 and 6 tenths. So I'm going to find that, and I'm going to put my dot there on the number line. So what name's the same amount as 1 and 6 tenths? 1.6, which is still going to be set as 1 and 6 tenths. Please make sure you know how to say this using tenths. Don't just say 1.6, okay? I know when you're writing it, it's easier to tell me what I'm supposed to write, but make sure you can tell it to me in words. So Tara rode her bicycle. 1 and 6 tenths miles. Okay. Alright, they're going to have you try something down here at the bottom. You're going to write 1 as a fraction and as a decimal. So, what are you going to do on the first model? Shade the whole thing. Isn't it 1 whole? It didn't say anything about tenths, did it? Nope. So, written as a fraction, what am I going to write this to look like? How many total pieces are here? 10, and how many are shaded? 10. So, what is 10, 10 also? 1 over 1. That's a fraction. If you just put 1, that's a whole number. Are you with me? You can divide 10 by 10 and get 1. Divide the other 10 by 10 and get 1. So you can't just put 1. You have to put 1 over 1, so it's a fraction. Let's go over here. What am I going to do in this place value chart? What's going to go in the ones place? 1. What's going to go in the tens place? A 0. We do need to put a 0 there. So when I write the decimal, it's going to look like what? 1.0. Now, I told you with hundreds you didn't need to write a 0 in there. It's not necessary. But if you don't have any tenths, we probably ought to put at least a 0 in there. Okay? Yes? Just so it's written as a decimal. Otherwise, it would be written as a whole number. Okay? Again, please. I'm going to let you try some.